The heart of your teams. The heart of Atlanta. Valley Sports South and Valley Sports Southeast. The heart of the fan.
World Champion Atlanta Braves baseball is presented by Truist. It's another glorious day in the city by the bay, San Francisco, California, where the Braves and Giants meet in Game 2 of our 3-game set. San Fran took a 1-run victory last night. The Braves try to get even in Game 2 tonight. Good evening, everybody. With Jeff Francoeur, I'm Chip Caray. Welcome back to Braves baseball. The Braves stay a game and a half behind the New York Mets, pending the outcome of play tonight. And their stopper, Kyle Wright, is the man on the mound. Jeff, looking for his 18th victory, which would pace all big league starters.
Yeah, what an outstanding year Kyle's had, and kind of a good time for him, getting a couple extra days. Look, they have to protect him a little bit. First year of really going through a full year of getting the ball. They have given him a couple days from time to time, and it's paid off. He has outstanding numbers when given that, and you hope you see that tonight. One good thing for the Braves, when Kyle Wright pitches, the offense bangs. Since the All-Star break, you can see the numbers of the offense hitting over 300, 23 extra base hits, and you see that with runners in scoring position. So you like the combo tonight. You got a Braves offense that's given him a lot of support, and you got Kyle Wright with a couple extra days rest, hopefully a big win and get within a half game of the Mets.
Yeah, the Braves bats came alive late last night. Hopefully it's early and often against Jacob Junis, who faces the Braves for the first time in Game 2 of the series. One of the heroes of the Braves game last night was Dylan Lee. 2 terrific innings of relief. When we come back, Kelly Kroll will visit with the young Braves left-handed reliever as we continue with the Braves and Giants tonight on Valley Sports.
Brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
We welcome you back to San Francisco, where the Braves will look to even the series against the Giants in Game 2 of this 3-game set from Oracle Park. And this is a fun stop for Braves reliever Dylan Lee, who grew up about 3.5 hours southeast of San Francisco in the Valley, attended Fresno State, and he had a lot of friends and family on hand last night to see him throw those 2 scoreless innings where he threw 19 pitches, 16 for strikes, and really that's kind of Dylan Lee's MO. He has been very reliable for the Braves this year. When you take a look at that strikeout rate, almost 70%, which is 6th highest in the National League. His 7 strikeouts to a walk, 6th best in the league. And in 30 games against the National League, a 1.50 ERA. And he told me it boils down to something very simple: no free passes.
I just know that when I walk people, bad things tend to happen, usually base hit, and then I don't like giving up free bases. Let them hit it, let them earn it. So it's easier that way than let them get a free base and something happens and then they score. So,
Then things get interesting, right?
yeah, very interesting. And the reliever, you don't want that to happen. We got a great bullpen and a great training staff to get me right. The bullpen, they're easy to bounce off questions, ideas that have been there before. We got veteran guys, Jesse Chavez, Mentor, Colin McHugh, Darren. We even got a new guy, Iglesias, Kenley. They're very easy to talk to. It's not mainly the workload, it's just the maintenance and making sure that I'm ready to go every day that my name's called.
Yeah, Dylan, a lot like tonight's starter and Kyle Wright. We talked about Spencer Strider. All uncharted waters when it comes to the most innings they've thrown in their career. So Dylan talking right there about just some of the veterans he's bouncing ideas off of to be at his best here down the stretch. But Snit will have plenty of fresh arms in that bullpen tonight. As I said, they look to even the score against the Giants here in this 3-game series. More on the NL playoff race and a few updates coming up with Trevor and Nick in the studio as we get you set for first pitch here from the Bay Area.
Baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines, keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
It's another beautiful night in San Francisco. Crowd still filing in here at Oracle Park for Game 2 between the Braves and the Giants. San Francisco won Game 1 3-2 last night. Ronald and company try to get things even and maybe gain a little ground on the New York Mets here tonight. Ronald Acuna Jr. back atop the Toyota starting lineup. The big change is at the bottom of the order. Eddie Adrianza is making his first start for the Braves since August the 7th. Vaughn Grissom gets a night off as the Braves face a right-hander, Jacob Junis, former Royal, and Jeff, a man the Braves have never seen before.
Yeah, you see his last 6 games has been a little bit of a downslide, but a really good sinker-slider combo. Not overpowering, low 90s, but kind of goes off deception and looking to get the ball on the ground.
So with that in mind, after Alex Cobb gave the Braves some trouble in his stint last night, what are your Ford keys to even up the series?
Last night, the Braves got a lot of hits on that slider against Lytle in the last inning there. You're going to see a lot of them today. Be ready. 51% of the time you throw sliders. And if they get some runners on, like they did last night versus Strider, good news for Kyle Wright. 167 since the start of July hitters with runners in scoring position. So you like his chances.
Would you say the approach that worked so well for the Braves in the late innings last night would be an effective way to attack Junis here in the early innings?
Absolutely. Think up the middle. You can't get big. He's going to try to get you, with that sinker combo to get you to roll over. Stay to the big part of the field.
So Junis ready to go for the Giants, who are sporting their City Connect uniforms here in Game 2. And it's 63 degrees at first pitch.
Same as last night.
1-0 for Ronald. And Doug Eddings said that one good enough. He's got the plate. Acuna 2 hits last night in 4 trips. So 2 of his 6 hits for the Braves on this very long road trip. Line drive well hit to center, but right at Mike Yastrzemski. And 3 pitches earns Junis out number 1.
But there you go. The ball was hit hard. You can't steer it, but the fact that he stayed right back up the middle part of the field, it's a good sign. Look, and I give Alex Cobb a lot of credit. His split last night was as good as I've seen in a long time.
He was really good.
It was.
7 innings for Alex Cobb, 6 hits of shutout ball. He picked up his 6th victory. Braves gave him a finish, but fell a run short, which has been the story of this series. The Braves and Giants have played 5 games head-to-head. 4 of them have been decided by just 1 run. Dansby drove in both Braves runs last night. He's 4 away from tying his career high of 88 as a Brave shortstop. And fouled off his foot to the left side. A ball and 2 strikes. Junis has been tough in the first inning. It's a interesting stat. He has not given up a first inning run yet this year. We'd like to change that, obviously, with 1 out. Give Kyle Wright an early lead. Kyle's been one of the best run supported pitchers in the major leagues this year. Dansby didn't get that. And a swing and a miss has the first strikeout for Junis, who's making his 16th start of the season tonight. 2 up, 2 down in the Atlanta first. As you said last night, the split gave the Braves a lot of trouble. Opposing teams not throwing a lot of fastballs to the Braves on this road trip.
Would you?
Nope. Not to this guy either, who's got 36 homers. Austin Riley. And a fastball for show, missed inside, ball 1. 90 RBIs for the Braves third baseman and a .282 average.
There you see his arsenal. And he'll throw that little curveball every once in a while over.
More slider usage, more sinker usage for Junis since coming over from the Royals, where Jeff, he was a 29th round draft pick.
Amazing.
So he's got an even count for Riley. 2 outs, bases empty here in the opening inning. And fought off foul and out of play. Braves tonight trying to snap a modest 3-game losing streak. They have yet to lose 4 games in a row. In fact, an interesting note, once the Braves got to that 3-game losing streak, immediately after they went on an 8-game winning streak.
Yeah.
And with the games dwindling to a precious few, a streak like that would really be welcome. No swing. Junis thought he had his man struck out. Instead, it's a full count.
Well, that's what he struck Dansby out with. He threw a changeup. And you wonder, Junis, if he's going to start throwing a few more of those tonight, seeing that splitter that Alex Cobb threw last night, how effective it was.
That's off the mask of Joey Bart, who's behind the plate for game 2. And Riley will try again with a full count. Room to work for Riley on the right side of the diamond for the Giants defense. And he takes ball 4. So instead of strike 3, the inning continues. And Matt Olson is coming up with a man aboard and 2 outs.
You could tell Austin recognized that pitch. Spit on it. It's definitely down in the zone. Let's see if we can get Matt going.
Matt's 4 for his last 45 at the plate. Last night he tried to get going by hitting the ball the other way. That's how the Giants play him, a dead pull hitter on the infield. A gentle breeze is blowing out toward McCovey Cove here in San Fran. And Olson, with 28 homers, takes a strike. Matt takes low, 2-1. Pile up these pitches.
Yeah, he's really trying to paint these corners right now.
Matt leads the Braves in bases on balls this year. He's ahead in the count here in the first. And Junis evens up the count. Stretch and pitch. It's high, and the runner will get a head start. Austin Riley with a full count. Again, Junis has not allowed a first inning run. Let's change that here. Runner goes. Pitch is hammered foul. Wade will play behind Riley at first base. Left-hand hitter up. He's protecting the line. And here we go again. Good battle. Austin Riley saying, wait a minute, I get all my steps in running from third into shallow right field with the shifts on.
Yeah, he's going to get double time tonight.
Yeah. There are those City Connect uniforms for the Giants with the Golden Gate Bridge. The fog under the orange G. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. That will retire the side. A couple of strikeouts for Junis in a scoreless top half of inning number 1. The bottom of the first inning here in San Francisco, where the Giants are 38-32 on their home turf. Here's a look at their Toyota starting lineup. Lamont Wade, their first baseman, will lead off. Evan Longoria gets a start for the first time in this series. Brandon Crawford had a couple of opposite field hits. Joey Bart makes his debut in this series. He'll catch and bat ninth. Extra bit of rest for Kyle Wright. Jeff, after that start in Oakland, it appeared he needed it. Hopefully he'll have his A game and gets win number 18 tonight.
Yeah, we showed you in the open the great numbers for him when he gets an extra day. Expect him to go out, attack that zone. He, like Strider, struggled a little bit back in June facing his team. They got 10 hits, only 4 runs, but he got great run support and got the win against the Giants.
91 pitches for Kyle in those 5 innings back at Truist Park. And the first pitch on the ground for Adrianza. Welcome back, Eddie. As we said, his first start since August 7th, his first game action since August 24th. He's in at second base tonight. 1 pitch, 1 out. Mike Yastrzemski. He had a hit last night, batting .211 on the year with 12 homers. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Kyle Wright, 159 innings now this season for the Braves. You heard Kelly's report yesterday talking about his September arm fatigue, something he's never had to deal with at this level. This is uncharted territory for him and for Spencer Strider. And so managing his workload, finding rest where you can for young pitchers, that's going to be the job for Snit and the staff with 21 games left in the regular season.
Well, I think we talked about the ability having, Bryce Elder come up with those 2 spot starts. Kyle Muller, you get the confidence that you can give these guys a rest and feel like you can get a quality start from a guy coming up.
From 3-0 to 3-2. For Mike Yastrzemski, the Giants center fielder. Last 6 games for Wright, he's 4-1. And out of play foul. What's been troubling Kyle is the home run ball.
Yeah.
Kept the ball in the ballpark for most of this season, but perhaps an example of all that workload catching up to him.
Yeah, and that curveball flattens out. It's not as sharp. So that's why I said I like the idea of giving him a little extra couple of days. Again, it's a fine line that they're walking because you're game and a half out of the Mets. Hopefully, Cubs get a couple more outs tonight. They get a chance to get a half a game. With that being said, you're going to playoffs pretty much.
Right.
And you're guaranteed at least a 4 seed and hosting somebody.
In an ideal world, obviously you win your division.
That's exactly what you want.
You get time off for everybody and set your rotation.
Absolutely.
Right?
But if the guys need a breather here or there, you have to take care of them coming down the stretch with the young. This is where Max Fried, Charlie Morton, those are the guys that, hey, keep going every 5 days. They're used to this. But Kyle Wright, this is his first year doing this.
That's served into shallow left field, coming on hard and sliding. The ball is down and past Rosario. And Yastrzemski is in at second with a 1-out bloop double. Big swing, not hit hard, and Eddie with a long run couldn't come up with it.
I don't know if he lost this in the lights or what. Watch this. He's playing deep, but looked like he had a beat on it right here. He just overdove. actually put his glove out too far and the ball went over.
So 27 doubles for Yastrzemski. That's the first hit of the game, and now Evan Longoria is your hitter. What we saw with Kyle in Oakland, there were a lot of arm side misses against the A's, and the action against him came very quickly. 3-4 hitters in a row, and with 2 strikes. And a 2-strike hit for Yaz here in the home first. A strike to Longoria, who's hitting .248. Doug Eddings lets you know where the pitch was. That one was outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. There's that good hard breaking ball. 2-2.
Now, when you see a swing like that, Chip, front hip flying open, getting in pull mode a little bit, I like the idea of going right back outside.
Kyle said he's been throwing that curveball harder already with high spin rate. Now the 2-2. Went back to it, and it just missed with a full count. Jock Peterson lurking in the on-deck circle for the Giants. Strike 3 right down Peachtree.
A beautiful pitch. Everything was away sliders, and then this was pretty much just a fastball, a little bit on the inner half, but you can tell Longoria was not looking for that pitch.
Love the puff of smoke from d'Arnaud's glove. That was some serious heat from Kyle Wright, who has 2 outs, and Jock Peterson your hitter. One of the reasons Kyle Wright has taken off, he's really controlled damage with runners in scoring position. The league hitting barely .200 against him. With runners at second and third, and he paints a corner for Jock. Strike 1. Little roller toward first, but that's going to curl foul. Jock Peterson, though, behind 0-2. Yastrzemski at second with 2 outs. Good stop. And a good try in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peterson with 22 homers, also 86 strikeouts in 330 at bats.
A lot of that damage was in the first half too, when he was an all-star.
Wind blowing hard toward right, as we told you. The set and 1-2 pitch. On the ground, that's through for a base hit. And Yastrzemski is going to score without a throw. Jock Peterson fills a hole to the right side. A 2-strike, 2-out hit for the Giants makes it 1-0. Two-strike hits plagued Kyle in Oakland.
Well, that was a 2-seamer. He was trying to start on the inner half and come right back out. One thing we've known from watching Jock last year with the Braves, he's got quick hands inside. He's able to pull them through. Get the Giants on the scoreboard.
And that'll bring up Brandon Crawford, who punished the Braves with a couple of opposite field hits last night. So the Giants pick up a first inning run. With 2 outs, Jock Peterson, his 63rd RBI. And that one all the way to the screen. So a wild pitch. It's Jock Peterson at second base. Good news in New York. The Cubs just knocked off the Mets. They beat Jacob deGrom tonight. 4-1 the final score at Citi Field. So if the Braves can win this one, we'll be a half game back.
Yeah, if we saw Kyle, if you remember in Oakland, 3 or 4 of those pitches, just like you just saw, really erratic. And just pulled them a lot.
Now 2-0 to a dangerous hitter, Brandon Crawford. Not too many of the great stars during the Giants' 3 World Series winning teams are left. Crawford is a beloved player here, but having a rough year. For San Francisco, the pitch. There's a good one. 2-2. Heavy workload for Kyle Wright. He'll make his 24th pitch, down a run. Hear the wind at Oracle Park. So Crawford has a full count. On the ground towards second. Adrianza's got it. And that'll end the first inning for the Giants. Jock Peterson bites the hand that once fed him with a 2-out single. That scores Mike Yastrzemski, and it's 1-0 Giants. Inning, San Francisco has an early lead. Travis d'Arnaud is up, and he's our Mr. Clean Magic Stats man.
Yeah, see that since August 1st. 16 runs scored in those 23 games played, and 11 of the 23 hits have been for extra base hits.
So d'Arnaud, Michael Harris, and Eddie Rosario are coming up against Jacob Junis. Missed inside, ball 1. Junis lost his last start against the Brewers. 2 runs in 6 innings. This ball is walloped toward left. Jock Peterson drifting back to the edge of the track. If d'Arnaud hits that the other way, he might have been in business, but that was into the teeth of the wind, and he's retired to start the second inning. And here's Michael. He's had a terrific road trip, adding .333 on this 3-city journey. 3 homers, 6 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. 18 home runs for the Braves rookie. And that catches the inside corner. Michael's had good luck against the Giants staff. 6 hits. 6 for 17 to be exact.
Yeah, he's got such good patience at the plate. Very selective.
This ball is golfed toward the gap in left center. Peterson's not getting that. That'll roll up against the fence, and Michael Harris with 1 out has the first Braves hit, a ringing double. So the tying run is aboard in the Atlanta second. Harris continues his torrid pace. Jeff, now 25 doubles on the season. This is his 95th game.
Now look at that. Ball away outside, and he just shoots that thing in the left center gap. Such a beautiful piece of hitting. I like how you waited back. He's throwing a lot of off speed early with that curveball changeup. So what does Michael do? Sets his sights a little bit farther opposite field, gets rewarded.
And the Giant killer Eddie Rosario is up. He's 8 for his last 8 at the plate in this ballpark.
That's pretty good.
And the cycle on 5 pitches last September. He was 3 for 3 last night. And he is our Yellowwood bringing the lumber feature.
He's 10 for 23 in his career here at Oracle Park. He's had 296 in his last 10 games played, which I think this is a huge piece of the puzzle when you talk about having another left-handed bat in the lineup.
Yeah, 2 lefties and 2 switch hitters for Snit tonight, with Grissom getting the night off. So get that run back here for the Braves, who trail 1-0. Rosario, big swing, didn't get it. It's 1-2. Braves were quiet offensively last night until the 7th inning. They had 4 hits through 6 innings without a run. They got 2 in the 8th. They have their first hit in the second tonight. And that's Michael Harris, who's got a good lead at second base. Robbie Grossman would be the next Braves hitter. He's been on a tear at the plate. No complaints about what the bottom of the batting order has been doing of late.
They have been producing. No doubt about that.
In the air to center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Yastrzemski gets a big hop. Michael wasn't sure, and he'll move up 90 feet. So Eddie Rosario now 9 for his last 9 at Oracle Park. He's 4 for 4 in the series. And partner, we've got him first and third with 1 out.
Yeah, Michael, as you can see, a little curveball down in the zone. He golfs it. And right here, Michael was about to go, and then he's, you know what, I better make sure he catches this. And you wonder a little bit after the mistake last night on the base pass if that had anything to do with it.
Well, you're in a spot here where a fly ball gets you tied perhaps, and Grossman 6 RBIs on the road trip. Looks for RBI number 41 of the season. On the ground, deep short. Crawford to second, 1. The turn to first, not in time. Game tied. Robbie hit it in a perfect spot. And 2 long throws saved the Braves there. Michael Harris comes home on a ground out, and we are tied here in the second inning.
Man, you like early contact in a situation like that. And you can see them playing the shift, and with him making Crawford go that way, Grossman, good speed. Not slow by any means, was able to beat that out. Look at that, he was busting it. He knew he had to get down there. Trading out for an RBI anytime and tie this ball game up.
So 7 ribbies for Grossman on the road trip. Ede Adrianza bats with a man aboard. 2 outs. Game tied, a run apiece. Adrianza, 178 average. Braves picked him up from the Nationals, you'll recall. And look, part of the learning curve for young players. They need days off too. And for Vaughn Grissom, 1 for his last 15 and 0 for his last 10 at the plate.
Yeah, and look, he had a great start to the series in Oakland and struggled in Seattle. But you remember he, ran into Grossman in Seattle. Just nursing that a little bit, and everybody needs one every once in a while, and it's a good time to get Adrianza, I feel like, to a start today. With the lefty going tomorrow, you want Grissom back in there. So good night to let him just watch a big league ball game.
Grossman at first with a 1-1 count for Adrianza. The matchup tomorrow, Charlie Morton and Carlos Rodon. First pitch 3:45 Eastern time, and then at long last we'll head back to Atlanta. Feels like we've been gone a month. This is the final series for the Braves outside the Eastern Division. As I said, 21 games left, including tonight. The 2-1 pitch. Lifted out of play left side. It's even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's the thing now with the DH, it's so hard to get these guys in the ball game, and for an Atlanta lineup that doesn't play matchups really, we don't have many platoons.
Sharply hit. That is knocked down at first. Race to the bag and a dive. Got it. Wade got enough to slow it down. Estrada backing up makes the flip to first, and Adrianza sharply hit it but is retired in the Atlanta second. We've tied it up. 1-1 your score in game 2.
We're tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the second here in San Francisco, and to continue the conversation, expand a little bit on Vaughn Grissom and Adrianza. Vaughn Grissom, he did mention to me yesterday, is a little sore still after bumping into Robbie Grossman, but I'm talking with Snit this afternoon, guys. He did say, watching the game, just looking down at guys, he felt like this was a good time to give him a breather, let him sit down and watch. You can do a lot of learning by watching this game, and I'll tell you what, he was wearing out Dansby Swanson here in the dugout just in that last half. But when it comes to Adrianza over possibly like Orlando Arcia tonight, he mentioned the numbers. Lefties against, of course, Junis doing a little bit better this year. I looked them up. It's 292 versus 209. So part of the reason why they went with 8-8 this afternoon, but also just the work he continues to put in. And, he doesn't see a lot of playing time, but it doesn't stop him from being very diligent. He said a complete pro. So he's getting a start here tonight at second.
Great report, Kelly. And Ede hit the ball hard. Just a nice play at first by Wade to deny him a 2-out hit. So Kyle Wright back level as we head to the home second inning. Thairo Estrada, the second baseman for the Giants, is leading off.
And we talked last night too. This is a tough park to play in. It's not easy if you're not used to playing here a little bit. And you could just tell last night too, Grissom with some of these fly balls was having a little bit of trouble. It's not. So I think it makes sense. Tonight's a perfect night to give them off. You get a play tomorrow, the day game, and then another day off, and hopefully by Friday night you're well rested.
No one's complaining about the weather. Look, it's refreshing to come out here this time of year, but you mentioned the wind. What's more difficult, the wind or the raw cold that you can get on a night like this?
The wind, to me, just because it's kind of swirls. You're not used to it.
So no issues for either team's defense here in the early going tonight. And a 3-2 pitch is hit slowly towards short. Dansby charges, fast runner, flipped to first in time, and he got his man by a stride for out number 1. We talk all the time, Jeff, about an infielder's defensive clock.
Yeah.
His is like a fine Swiss watch.
Yeah. He knows exactly good speed and gets rid of it at a perfect time. A different runner, you probably see Dansby take one more step to make sure he gets a good throw off, but knows he had to get rid of it quick.
Willie Calhoun is the batter and takes a strike. The other thing about Dansby, his arm, look, he's a big, strong kid, but not as big as, say, Austin Riley.
Yeah.
Or Corey Seager, even Trey Turner. But he gets such strength, and his ability to throw on the run and out of non-standard throwing positions with accuracy is really remarkable. Little hopper to second, right, starting to get the ball on the ground. That's a good sign.
He does a good job too of getting himself in good positions. Stanzy's smart. He knows the angles. He knows the way to get to the ball, and he gets rid of it quick. I always said that, when I played, I had a pretty strong arm in right field, but one thing I tell you I did work on a lot with all my coaches, getting rid of the ball quick. Instead of 3 steps, 2 steps. And if you can do that and you're accurate, yeah, it makes it look even stronger than it is.
And Kelly, even the Braves opponents are noticing what we were talking about with regards to Dansby.
Well, Braves opponents and former teammate Jacques Peterson, and catching up with him, he mentioned that Dansby Swanson and all of those great shortstops you guys just talked about, he goes, he just doesn't get the same pub, but this guy, in watching him defensively, he is special. Offensively, he goes, he may have been written off too early that he was average because he's way above average. The 20 homers last year, he's going to do it again this year. And let's not take away his speed, what he can do on the base paths. His baseball IQ is off the charts. And he went on about how he's also a winning baseball player that you would just love to have on your team. So he goes, maybe not getting he dropped the love line, not getting the love of the others, but he should be.
So truly pearls of wisdom,
Absolutely.
if you will, from Jock
There you
Peterson.
go.
Couldn't resist, Kelly, sorry.
Nicely played.
And here's a look at Dansby Swanson in action.
It's so true. You line up, look at the free agents that are coming on the market, and I agree. That's my best word for him is he's a winning player.
Luis Gonzalez, a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Kyle's had a handful of deep counts his first time through this order. No walks yet. 4 groundouts of the 5 he's recorded so far tonight. And there's the first walk. And that'll bring up Joey Bart, the 9th place hitter, with 2 outs.
I just missed off the plate on that one.
Last 23 games for Bart have been productive. 4 homers. 3rd rookie catcher in San Francisco era history with 10 homers as a catcher in a season.
And he's starting to really get going now for the Giants. He's been up and down some, but I always say it, when you're coming in to replace Buster Posey, those are big shoes to fill. Joey's got a lot of power, Georgia Tech boy. He's doing a much better job out here.
On the ground, that is under the glove of Dansby, and the Giants have a pair of runners aboard with 2 outs. Even if Dansby comes up with that, not sure he's going to get either runner. And no further damage done. 1st and 2nd for Wade with 2 outs.
In this game, it's all about pitch selection, Chip. Joey Bart earlier this year probably swings at that first pitch slider away. He takes it, gets a good pitch this time, and hits it in the hole. And like I said, even if Dansby makes that play, he's not throwing anybody out.
So Lamont Wade, who grounded out his first time up, is the hitter with 2 on and 2 outs. 1-1 game. And up and away. Right through a lot of pitches in Oakland. He's thrown a lot here in his first 2 innings, 43 of them. He's not yet out of the 2nd.
I think Cranny's going to come out and try to talk to him for a second, just calm him down, give him a breather. He's kind of battling himself right now.
First thing you saw, Rick Kranitz ask, "You okay?"
Yeah.
Kyle Wright says, "Yes, indeed." He's got a 2-0 count. He's got 2 on. He's got 2 outs. And before Wright sends us to the 3rd inning, let's step aside for a word from Racetrack.
Fuel up like the Freeze does with whatever gets you going at Racetrack.
Wade is hitless in the series. Hope that continues in the San Francisco 2nd. 6 3-ball counts for Kyle Wright, among the first 10 hitters in the game.
It's almost like it comes and goes, though. You know, you saw that in Oakland. Remember, in this struck out the side in the 4th inning last week in Oakland, and then came out and struggled in the 5th.
And a 4-pitch walk. All of his trouble now with 2 outs, 2 walks and a single. And now Yastrzemski's up. He hit the bloop double and scored the first Giants run in the opening inning. Bases are loaded for Yastrzemski. And it's arm side miss after arm side miss. And this is where Gabe Kapler's club has shined in a year where offensively they've had some challenges. With the bases loaded, Jeff, they have been a fearsome force.
I got the most at bats in the majors with it. 6 home runs and 123 RBIs for Gabe Kapler's Giants. See, he's trying to throw a changeup, trying to throw something different to get him back in. And I got to imagine right here, after 6 balls in a row, I would doubt you're going to see him swing. But then again, you never know.
Gonzalez, Bart, and Wade the hitters, and Wright has missed again. 3-0.
It's going to send the Atlanta Pen scrambling down there.
Kyle got 2 quick outs, but has lost the magic. 3-0 with the bases loaded. Needs 2 more. Jackson Stevens starts to play catch. All bets off here for Yaz. Fly ball hit to left. Rosario back on the warning track. He's got it, and that will retire the side. Kyle Wright loads the bases with 2 outs, but preserves a 1-1 tie after 2. For the best coverage in the game, Jeff, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Everybody in Braves country is looking forward to getting Ozzie Albies back, and tonight he had a spectacular game with the Stripers.
Yeah, capped by this walk-off bomb. Look at that, get an ice bath. Probably feels a little better back in Gwinnett getting an ice bath than it would out here.
Yeah, you could get hypothermia if that happens here at Oracle Park. 4 hits left-handed, the homer right-handed for Ozzie, who went 5 for 5 tonight. So, boy, it was great seeing him get down the line fast too on a couple of those hits. So he's getting closer to a return for the Braves, who enjoy a 1-1 tie after 2. Ronald leads off and shoots one into left center field for a leadoff single. Big turnaround first for Acuna, and that's how the Braves' 3rd inning starts tonight.
Jammed him a little bit because he stayed back, but so strong. Stayed right up the middle.
Otto right now doesn't have the power that we're accustomed to seeing, but he is still putting the ball in play and has his third hit of the series. Let's see if he's thinking about running here with Dansby up. Huge hole right side as Swanson cracks one to deep left. Jock is back. She is gone. A first pitch home run for the Braves shortstop, and Atlanta has its first lead of this series on a 2-run homer from Dansby Swanson.
Well, perfect timing. We spent last inning talking about Dansby. And Jock Peterson, as Kelly said, giving him the love out there, and then he hits it right over his head to left field. Look at this, a hanger. And number 20 now for Dansby as he lines this in the left field stands.
Into the third row of the bleachers. So Swanson back-to-back seasons with 20 homers. He's 2 RBIs away from matching his career high. He forgot to give love to the bullpen, so he climbs to the top step and waves to his Braves teammates out in right center field. How many times do you see it? One team loads the bases, doesn't score. The next half inning, the other team does. Acuna single, a Swanson homer, and the Braves lead by 2 on a night where the Mets have already lost.
Yeah, that's what you like. Get some early runs, get a lead.
Riley fought that off and stays alive 0-2. What a year for Dansby Swanson. The pitch. 2 RBIs last night, 2 RBIs tonight. And a veteran talking with a rookie about what just happened.
Yeah, you like when you see Vaughn right next to him. He's taking it all in. Tell you, the way he'd been spinning up those breaking balls, it was a matter of time before one of the guys got a hanger and did some damage.
In the air to center. Yastrzemski a good jump. He'll gallop over to right center. And Riley hits it hard for out number 1 here in the third inning. And now Matt Olson. That struck out with a man aboard in the first inning. Braves just keep on pounding away with the home run ball. Don't know if they'll catch the Yankees in home runs, but they're sure trying, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Atlanta now 215 home runs as a team. Swanson with 20 of them. Olson has 28. In fact, the top 6 hitters for Atlanta in tonight's lineup all double digits in home runs. That is what's going to make this team so tough to pitch to in the playoffs.
Deep.
One ball, 2 strikes. Been a rough ride for Matt. Are you seeing anything that's indicative of what's causing these troubles?
Hey, it looks just a little long right now. You know, sometimes that's a small tweak here or there, but just he's missing a lot of pitches we're used to seeing him drive.
Chase that one and strikes out for the second time. 2 outs. Olson now 4 hits in his last 46 at bats.
You know, it's like anything when you struggle like that, you get behind 1-2. You see him climb the ladder and swinging a ball outside the zone. When you're going well, you take that pitch.
d'Arnaud, as we told you, has been an extra base machine for the Braves. 11 of his last 23 hits since August 1st have been for extra bases. Let's see if he can add to the lead here. Fouled away right side. It's 0-2. Leadoff single for Acuna. 2-run homer for Dansby Swanson. The Braves lead 3-1. Junis pushing towards 60 pitches. And a swinging bunt is going to trickle foul. And back to first will come, or excuse me, back to the plate will come Travis d'Arnaud with a 2-strike count.
Man, he was smoking down to first base,
Yeah.
Travis. He was smelling a base hit.
The 2-2 in the air toward right, but it's going to hang up and it's dropped. Gonzalez muffed it. And d'Arnaud will stand at second with a 2-out gift. If there's been a problem for the Giants, this is one of them. 88 errors entering this series. 33 negative defensive runs saved on the season.
It's the worst feeling an outfielder can have, Chip. You're coming in, you lose it in the lights at the last second, you just kind of turn your head. You know the ball's somewhere in the vicinity. A break for the Braves there. See if they can take advantage of Michael Harris here.
d'Arnaud has that scored a double. So Harris the hitter, and he shoots one up the middle into center, a base hit. The Braves are going to add on. Travis around third. He will score without a play. And Money Mike is 2 for 2 tonight. It's a 4-1 Atlanta lead. That's what good teams do. You make a mistake, you make them pay.
Blows me away the shift they play on Michael. Chip, how many times we see him hit the ball right there, right where the umpire's at. And another RBI. Base hit from Michael Harrison as Uso continues his hot streak. 2 hits tonight.
So 57 RBIs for the Braves center fielder. 3 runs in the Atlanta third. And Eddie Rosario, perfect at the plate in San Francisco, looks to continue that. He's 4 for 4 in the series. Four runs on 6 hits. Early offense tonight. One of Jeff's keys. Single run in the second, 3 here in the third. Braves gunning for their 88th win, trying to interrupt a modest 3-game losing streak out west. High fly ball left center. Yastrzemski drifts back in front of the 399 sign, and that'll retire the side. Great inning for Atlanta. They pick up 3 runs, 4 hits. Dansby with a 2-run homer on the first pitch he saw. Michael Harris adds an RBI single, and Kyle Wright now enjoys a 3-run lead. Dansby's homer, the big blow early in San Francisco. Braves lead 4-1. Kyle Wright goes to work in the third. If ever Kyle needed an efficient and shutdown inning, Jeff, this would be the time.
And hopefully he was able to talk to Cranny, maybe Travis down there, and figure out something mechanically.
In the air to left, right at Rosario, who barely had to move. That retires Evan Longoria, who is 0 for 2, quickly 1 out. Jock Peterson on a 2-strike count, single between first and second. That scored the lone San Francisco run. Peterson now up to 269 on the year. 63 runs batted in. He's got the shoes to match the City Connect uniforms here in game 2.
I was gonna say, almost looks like Halloween shoes.
Well, it's coming up.
It is.
Got to break them in.
You know, Jock's going to have the latest style.
Into the shift. Dansby. Oh, good scoop and a perfect peg. Peterson tried to beat the shift, but hit it right at the Atlanta shortstop. And Kyle Wright, another ground ball out. That's out number 2. So Kyle Wright 1 out away from that shutout inning. He's our Coors Light beating the pressure feature.
And you see the great run support that he's got while he's pitched. Also good numbers, though. And following the Braves' loss this year, Kyle Wright is 6-3 with a 2.79. So good job by Kyle.
2 hits, 2 walks allowed by Wright with 2 outs in the game so far. Let's see if he can handle Brandon Crawford, have a quick inning, and get his offense back to work in the 4th inning of a 4-1 game. And he's in attack mode. He's got Crawford behind 0-2. Swing and a miss. Shut down 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Wright. He needed that. Wright has his 2nd strikeout, and the Braves go back to work with a 4-1 lead in game 2. Robbie Grossman leads off the Atlanta 4th. Robbie with a game-tying ground out in the 2nd inning. Then Ede Adrianza and Ronald Acuna Jr. Braves are getting their first look at Jacob Junis, who has yet to be beaten by a National League Eastern Division team this year. He's down 4-1 here in the 2nd game of 3.
Oh, we got to make sure we break that up, right?
Yep. Junis has had traffic all night. As Grossman sprays one back toward us, it's 2-2. Three-man shift for Robbie Grossman on the right side with nobody on or out. popped up shallow right center. And Yastrzemski will have no trouble with that. Robbie's retired, 1 man down.
Now the one thing too, the Braves battling Junis. 69 pitches here and only 1 out in the 4th inning. You got to believe sooner or later they're going to have to go to that pen.
Fouled away by Adrianza, who was a 3-4-3 ground out victim back in the Atlanta second. Braves have won 3 of the first 5 head-to-head with the Giants. 4 of the games have been as close as they can be, 1-run affairs. Tonight Atlanta leads by 3. Win tonight, you clinch the overall season series head-to-head with San Francisco. Our final opponent outside the East. That was popped into left. Jock Peterson will handle that one easily. 2 outs. And here's Ronald Acuna Jr., our Georgia Natural Gas Greener Life Impact player. Look at what he's done in Western Division competition.
Well, he's hit safely in 12 of the last 15 against them, and he's hitting .300 with 4 home runs in the last 10 games against the Giants.
Followed 7 hits on the road trip. He's scored a run ahead of Dansby's home run. And launches that out of play to the right side. Nice crowd here tonight. We had 23,000 plus for game 1 of the series. The world champions only visit to San Francisco this year. Braves fans are all about downtown. Seen them all around the team hotels, certainly here at the ballpark, walking back after the game. They are fired up.
For good reason.
Good breaking ball. It's 1-2. Acuna serving as the Braves designated hitter. Trying to take stress and pressure off that knee. Let him hit. That's what he does here. Not this time. A swing and a miss at a breaking ball. And Acuna's out on strikes. First perfect inning for Jacob Junis. Kyle Wright back to work. He's got a 4-1 lead. For the 2022 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One. The Roberto Clemente Award represents and recognizes players who best represent the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLB.com/Clemente21.
Yeah, one of the highest honors in our game you can get. John Smoltz, a former winner. John's up yet, watching tonight.
It's past his bedtime, don't you think?
You never know.
Milk and cookies time for John?
It's definitely that.
As Thairo Estrada swings and misses, even count from Kyle Wright, who picked up his first 1-2-3 inning in the Giants' third. He leads 4-1. Kyle trying to win his 18th game. Pulled foul. It's 1-2. The last Brave to lead the major leagues in wins all by himself, Russ Ortiz.
Oh, Russ, back what, 03?
03 with 21 of them. And in case you wondered, Russ Ortiz also the last Brave to win 20 games.
Really?
That's what our producer Gretchen Caney tells me, and she's almost never wrong. The pitch bounced foul.
Yeah, she's right a lot of the time.
When a guy like this, young man on the mound for the Braves, has a year like that, I don't know how you can say wins aren't important.
Well, like I said, if you have 17 wins, Chip, you got a 5 ERA or something, as he fouls that up, I think that's a little different. When your ERA is right at 3 or under, I mean, that's a heck of a year. I don't care what you have.
And to the point, yes, he gets a lot of run support, but he's made the most of it. He's done great work after Braves losses.
You know what I used to have starting pitchers tell me when they got good run support like that? Well, treat your teammates better and maybe they'll get you more runs.
Right? You know, the old cynical saying is it's not how you pitch but when.
When, absolutely.
But for Kyle, it's been how and when.
Yep.
He's had a phenomenal year. For Atlanta this season, the 2-2 pitch is rolled foul again for Thairo Estrada, the Giants' second baseman. Look, with so much bullpen usage in the game now, the goal for a starter, keep your team in the game. Give your team a chance to win, irrespective of what your numbers are.
Yep.
Kyle's done that too. And so, I don't get a vote, but I would have to think that the season Kyle is having for a team that's bidding to be in first place, he's got to get Cy Young consideration in the National League this season.
I would think so.
But he missed inside for Estrada, and ball 4 is a leadoff walk, third walk of the game for Kyle Wright. Again, he's just not having success, Jeff, dialing in that arm side right now. The last couple of starts, that's been really noticeable.
Just continues to run in on these righties, and that's a pitch we're used to seeing him be able to kind of dot up in that inner part and get swings and ground balls.
So he'll face Willie Calhoun, 1 on, none out, and that paints a corner. Kyle Wright has been a ground ball machine this year, as we told you. 5 ground ball outs so far tonight. Kyle's had 23 double plays turned behind him this year. Had the plate but low. 2 balls and a strike.
Doug Eddings usually a bigger zone. I give him this. He's been consistent all night on that lower half.
There's a ground ball to second. Adrianza flips to Dansby for 1. Double play number 24. 2 outs.
And that's what you want from Kyle. Ground balls. What's that, his 25th double play, I think now? 24. Easy one. Good flip. See plenty of time with Calhoun running.
That'll bring up Luis Gonzalez, who walked and was stranded in the San Francisco second. They had the bases loaded, 2 outs, and Wright got out of it, preserved the tie, and the Braves scored the last 3 runs in the game. No swing. Fortunate that wasn't tipped at the plate. Even count for the Giants right fielder. The windup and the 1-2 pitch. With this pitch count, Jeff, and with the, I don't want to say wear and tear, but the mileage, let's put it that way, on Kyle Wright, this might be one of those 5 and fly kind of games.
Yeah, I would think so, unless he has gets out of this, has a quick 5th, but yeah, it's trending in that direction for sure.
So the 1-2 pitch again is low and away, even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, just past 11 o'clock back east. Kelly Kroll, Jeff Francoeur, Chip Carey, our great Bally Sports crew in Atlanta and San Francisco. The Braves have a 4-1 lead. The Mets were defeated by the Cubs earlier, so ground to be gained tonight. Cubs beat Jacob deGrom at Citi Field in that series. If the Braves can even things up here in San Fran, we'll again find ourselves a half game back with 20 games left on the calendar.
It's amazing. You look at the Mets schedule and you keep saying it's not difficult, but they're having trouble with these teams. They're having trouble scoring runs.
Pitch number 80 coming for Kyle, a 2-2. Popped him up. And on the right side, Adrianza tells Matt Olson he's got it, and Kyle Wright gets out of the 4th inning. Walk, double play, pop out. We go to the 5th inning. Over the next 4 years, Truist will donate $755 to the Braves Foundation's Henry Louis Aaron Fund. A minimum commitment of $1 million will be made. And here is our update entering play today. 214 homers for the Braves. Dansby Swanson, Jeff, hit one his last time up, and that put the Braves in front.
The way this team hits homers, they're raising some money, and wouldn't surprise me to see a bunch more with 21 games left.
In an era where so many men hit home runs in the major leagues, 20 is still a special number, isn't it?
Absolutely. 100%.
And to do it as a shortstop for the Braves in back-to-back seasons, that's remarkable. Only one other shortstop in the history of the franchise has hit 20 homers in a season. That took place back in the early 1960s before the Braves moved from Milwaukee. Dennis Menke was the man that did that. This one rolled to the left side. Longoria charges and throws on the run. There's out number 1. And think of all the terrific shortstops the Braves have had in their Milwaukee and Atlanta history. Only Dansby Swanson's gotten to 20 in recent vintage, but he's retired to start the top of the 5th inning.
That's changed. It's becoming a little more of a power position than it ever was, but still with that, majority of the time you got to make sure your shortstop can make plays, can move.
That's an interesting point. You think of that position, the Omar Vizquels, the Ozzie Smiths, the Rafael Belliards of the world. Then you throw in the Dave Concepcion's, Barry Larkins, Cal Ripken Jr.'s and the like. As a line drive back to the mound on a ball off Riley's bat will take care of him. 1-3 the put out. There's out number 2. And Austin 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. The game is ever changing, ever evolving. And offensively, we are truly, I think, in a golden age in our sport.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, prime example of that. 2 more homers tonight. Matt Olson could use some good fortune. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Every hitter goes through something like this. What's the key to keeping your sanity if you're the man going through it?
Well, you know, this late in the season right here, it's tough sometimes because you're battling, you know, a little bit of being tired, like anything grinding through, and it's trying to keep your mechanics and not do too much. See, right now, that's the pitch it's getting him. That fastball up, that bat's lagging underneath, and he's coming up empty.
It's a wonderful thing on one hand that the Braves have Swanson, Riley, and Olson playing every inning of every game. Are you concerned at this time of year that every inning of every game is catching up with you with 3 weeks left?
No, not so much. I mean, look, you got a day off going home on Thursday too, which will help. But at this point, you have to grind through it.
That was tipped and caught. Olson slams the helmet down in frustration as he is out number 3 in the top of the 5th. The Braves will lead it by 3. San Francisco Braves enjoy a 4-1 lead. Kyle Wright, 1 run, 3 hits. That's been the story for the Braves pitching staff. Jeff, are Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Yeah, the Braves have a 75 run differential in the last 30 games. 22-8 since August 10th. It's the best in MLB.
And in the last month, this team's picked up 5.5 games in the division standings and a chance to pick up another game tonight if Dansby and company can polish off the Giants here in game 2. Kyle Wright will have Joey Bart leading off the 5th inning. It has not been an easy night for Kyle. He's had, what, 6-7 3-ball counts in the game. He's had traffic in virtually every inning. A double play helped him out in the 4th. And now with 81 pitches, he enters inning number 5.
I think you're right. At this point, you'd love to see him get through this 5th inning, and then you can mix and match with the pen.
Jackson Stevens was playing catch in the 2nd inning when the Giants had the bases loaded. Kyle has not given up a hit since that 2nd inning as Bart finds himself quickly behind 0-2. Strike 3 on a breaking ball. Kyle Wright's 3rd strikeout of the game. Good start to the 5th inning. 1 up, 1 down.
It's one of those backup breaking balls that ends up fooling Bart. You can see it, he knew it too, being a catcher.
Lamont Wade, the Giant first baseman, he's walked and grounded out. No free passes, Kyle. Make them hit their way on. 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball right at Olson. That will scoop and flip. And Wright has out number 2. And Mike Yastrzemski, the batter. He's the only Giant to score so far tonight. Before he bats, here's a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Bloop double and runs scored for Yastrzemski in the 1st. He flied out hard to left with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. Boy, did Rosario sprint to a spot in left to make that inning-ending catch.
Yeah, really, after 7 balls in a row at 3-0, you thought game could go a different direction, and that out, and then they came right back and struck with that 2-run homer.
And we've said this before about Kyle Wright. That's the most noticeable change in a young man who had an ERA in the 6s or 7s in the major leagues to one that's got a 3.23 ERA this year. When he's gotten in trouble from the first pitches of spring training, he's been able to find a way to get out of it.
Yep.
And that's what the great ones do. You bend, but you don't break. And Wright has seldom broken this year. He leads 4-1. Base is empty. 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Kyle try to bust him on the inside there with that ball. Now see if he comes back with that changeup.
Here he comes with his 2-2 pitch. On the ground, right into the shift, piece of cake. Kyle Wright is through 5 innings with the lead. 4-1 Atlanta. Kyle Wright is gutting it out tonight and in line for his 18th win. Braves baseball from San Francisco is brought to you by Truist. Thank you for staying up late with us tonight across the Southeast. On this September 13th evening, the Braves enjoy a 4-1 lead over Jacob Junis and the San Francisco Giants. We are through 5 innings. The 5, 6, 7 hitters are coming up for the Braves. Travis d'Arnaud will lead things off. He's doubled and scored in his 2 trips to the plate.
Oh. Hanger.
You still get excited when you see those, don't you?
I do. That's the one Dansby was able to hit out. You kind of jump when you see that.
One ball, one strike for the Braves catcher. 17 homers. And taken low. It's 2-1. Harlan's bullpen's been busy. Harlan Garcia has been warming up. As this ball is cracked on the ground deep short. Crawford can't handle it. And d'Arnaud will reach with an infield hit here in the 6th inning. Kind of like the play Dansby had earlier in the game. Even if he catches it, it's bang bang at best for the Giants shortstop.
Yeah, and I think Gabe Kapler is on his way out. I think this is going to be it. Yeah, where he had to go, that was just too far.
So Junis will gently hand the ball to Gabe Kapler. And the Braves have knocked the San Francisco starter out here in the 6th inning with an infield hit for Travis d'Arnaud. Harlan Garcia will be the new Giants pitcher. Atlanta enjoys a 4-1 lead.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Dansby Swanson's gone bridge tonight, part of a 4-run Braves outburst. They continue here in the 6th inning, 1 on and nobody out. Michael Harris will be the Atlanta hitter. And as he strides to the plate, we'll remind you Braves A-list memberships are on sale for next year. As a full season member, you get all the benefits for next year's season, and you get priority access for all of this year's potential postseason home games. For more information on A-list memberships, go to Braves.com. Harlan Garcia, the former Marlin.
Yeah, the Southpaws kind of had a tale of 2 seasons. He started the year not allowing a run in his first 17 appearances, Chip, through the first 2 months, and then since so he's posted a 4.97 in 34 games. Got that 4-seam fastball, sinker, and then let's see, slider to lefties and change up to righties.
Perfect night for Harris tonight. He's 2 for 2. This ball on the ground to second. Crawford with a bare hand almost was able to turn that. They get the force of d'Arnaud. Harris's good speed puts him at first with 1 out. That was a heck of a play by Crawford to catch this thing with the throwing hand.
I thought right here you would see Estrada kind of go at d'Arnaud instead of do that. Good job by Crawford. That could have been a disaster.
It looked like Crawford was expecting the ball to be tossed to the glove side. Instead, he got the arm side. But it worked out for the Giants. But a fast runner on for Atlanta in Harris, who's 16 out of 17 in stolen bases. Eddie Rosario, the hitter. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He is 4 for 5 in the series. As we suspected, the Braves bullpen will be called on in the Giants part of the 6th inning. A.J. Minter has started to play catch. Kyle Wright in line to win it. The Braves enjoy a 4-1 lead. 1 on, 1 out. On the ground, Wade flips to Crawford, double clutch, and that costs him a chance to complete another double play. Runner at first now, 2 outs.
Yeah, no chance. Garcia was late kind of getting go over there, and the way Wade kind of threw it, kind of pushed it, wasn't able to get it there.
Robbie Grossman turns around and bats right-handed here for Atlanta. He has an RBI and a ground out. That got the game tied for the Braves in the 2nd. San Francisco's lone run came in the 1st. 8:30 local time. Atlanta enjoys a 4-1 lead.
Good eye.
Grazes a corner. It's 1-2 for the Braves right fielder. Good take. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jacob Junis, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs so far. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and a home run. That's his line tonight. Deuce is wild for Robbie. And whacked out a play off to the right. See if Kyle comes out to start the 6th inning. Evan Longoria will be the first hitter. The 2-2 pitch is lifted in the air to right, and Gonzalez is underneath, and that will retire the side. Home 6th. It's gotten late in San Francisco. The Braves lead it 4-1. The bottom of the 6th inning. Here's how Kyle Wright's outs have been distributed through 5 innings of 1-run ball.
And you know Kyle's going well, Chip, when you see that 8 ground outs, because that's exactly what he's wanting. There's action on the ground. Got that big double play ball by Calhoun.
Are you surprised he's back out for the 6th inning?
Dwayne Huss, it might be one batter. With Longoria up, you got Peterson, Crawford coming up next. AJ Minter's hot down in the bullpen. This could be one of those things, kind of like you saw Gabe Kapler do, go out and try to get the first guy out, and then we'll take care of the rest.
He's ahead of Longoria, who is 0 for 2 tonight. And a bounding ball foul makes the count 0-2. "95 pitches for Kyle tonight. Last time he was over 100 pitches was July 14th. It's a good breaking ball, and Longoria a nice job to fight that off. Sixth inning in San Francisco. The Braves lead by 3. Longoria wants time and gets it. Remember, Longoria took a fastball right down the middle in the first inning and then flied out to left in inning number 3. But Evan putting up a fight here in the 6th. Longoria 9 for his last 50 with 18 strikeouts. Didn't chase that. It's 2-2. For a man that's had as good a career as Evan Longoria has had, 2022 has been a frustrating one for him. 3 separate stints on the injured list. And Wright strikes him out. Kyle Wright with 4 punch-outs in the game, and you're right, Jeff. Get the righty. Now with 2 lefties stacked up, Snit can go to AJ Minter.
Yep. Beautiful curveball. Maybe the best pitch of the night, the last one to get him. That's exactly what he did. Go get me one guy, and your night's done.
So Kyle Wright through 5 1/3 innings. He allows 1 run. He's in line for win number 18 as the Braves lead it 4-1. Well, partner, times like this makes things fun down the stretch. 3 weeks to go as we get set to cut to the chase. Don't miss a second of the September postseason push for the Braves as they go for their 5th straight division title. All these fun games are part of our Texas Pete story. Sauce like you mean it. And here are the standings in the East at the moment. The Mets were beaten by the Cubs. If Atlanta wins tonight, we're a half game back again. And whether the Braves win the division or not, they're going to the playoffs with that giant lead in the National League wild card race too.
The National League wild card thing is wrapped up either between the Mets or Braves. Someone's getting the 2 seed, someone's getting that 4 seed. Hopefully tonight you can gain another game.
So again, as we cut to the chase, hope fans will come out and join us at Truist Park this coming weekend. Weekend set. Nationals and Phillies are coming in. We go on the road to Washington and Philly, and then those 3 final games against the Mets. The 3 final home games, I should say, against the Mets, looking bigger and bigger with every passing pitch. And there's nothing like the drama and fun of a postseason playoff race like the one we have in the National League East. How about that guy tonight?
Give him credit. 7 balls in a row. The bases loaded, came back, got that out, and then really went in cruise control.
David Villar pinch hitting for the Giants. Drives it out of play, foul. Your point well taken, Jeff. In that second inning, a walk, a 2-out hit, and then another walk to load the bases. The hit by Joey Bart for San Francisco in the second is their last hit of this game.
Yeah.
So we'd like to keep it that way as we battle on here in the 6th inning. Villar was called up from AAA on Thursday. Second time he's been in the show. 27 home run man at Sacramento.
Good changeup by AJ. Just got a piece of it.
That pitch has been a real nice addition to his arsenal, hasn't it?
It really has. It's been a great pitch because it keeps those righties from diving.
A ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Hit high in the air toward left field, pretty deep. Rosario back up against the wall. He's got just enough room.
Wow. Had it the whole time.
Two outs. Minter gets the all-important first man he faces. And now Brandon Crawford, the hitter. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Crawford 1 for 4 against AJ. 1 single, 3 strikeouts. And you can see why with that swing.
Yeah.
Strike 1. Crawford grounded out in the first, struck out in the third. Oh, 0-2. One and 2 for Brandon Crawford. Base is empty with 2 out. AJ comes set now with the 2-2 and fought off to the left.
That was a pretty good job by Crawford, fouling that off. Everything had been away from AJ, and that one was the front door.
Twelfth pitch coming up for AJ. And he got his man. A swing and a miss. Giants are out in order in the 6th. Late innings in San Francisco, and Atlanta leads it 4-1.
ACC Saturday is on South. Maine at Boston College this Saturday night at 7:30 Eastern over on the Bally Sports South and the Bally Sports app. ACC football on Bally Sports South is presented by your local Ford dealer.
Atlanta enjoys a 4-1 lead. David Villar stays in the game to play first base. Wade moves from first base to left field. And an exciting moment for this young man. Cole Waits is now the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Giants. And he's making, Jeff, his major league debut against the world champions.
And Chip, he is a local kid, born in Lawrenceville, Georgia, grew up a Braves fan, and went to Archer High School. We got a four-seam fastball and slider. His fastball sits in the mid to high 90s. Got some heat.
So for Cole Waits, hope your family's staying up late with us here on Bally Sports, and congratulations to your son for this great moment. And he will face Ede Adrianza, former Giant, who takes downstairs, and 1 ball, no strikes. Told you the Giants have used their roster liberally this year. 62 different players have put on a big league uniform this year for the Giants club. Their all-time franchise record is 64 players in a single season. And they've had to. Injury, age, lack of production, all of that has factored into it. But a guy that can throw 100, and on a team that needs some bullpen reinforcement, well, it's an audition for Waits here in September. .3-0 for Adrianza. And that's outside ball 4. An insurance runner aboard in the 7th, where the Braves have been so good in the late innings.
This is where you see them really go to work and tack on. This offense just keeps coming at you.
Ronald has a hit and run tonight. Braves with 58 homers, 229 runs in innings 7, 8, and 9 this year. That's one of the top 3 best offensive teams in the game in the late stages. And when you factor in you're doing it mostly against fresh arms and high velocity arms late in the game, that's even more impressive for Acuna and company.
This kid's a little gassed up right now, which you would expect.
Waits family is here tonight to see their son make his debut. The 1-1 pitch. Isn't it funny how it all works out too? Grow up a Braves fan, you're from Lawrenceville. It's September. World champs come in and you face your favorite team.
100%.
One ball, 2 strikes. Lined into right center field. That's getting down and it's rolling toward the warning track. Ronald's on his way to second. He'll belly flop in. Second and third, nobody out. 21 doubles for Ronald Acuna, and the Braves in business trying to break it open here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, good job by Ronald taking this ball to right center. Just split that gap. Even with Gonzalez cutting it off, you're not able to stop on a dime like that. Ronald able to get an easy double.
I can't say it enough how impressed I've been with Ronald's approach, knowing that he doesn't have the home run pop that he's going to have next year.
Yeah.
He's done an excellent job of splitting that gap here over the last month. And now the Giants, down 3 runs, have to bring the infield in for Dansby Swanson, who already has a 2-run homer tonight. Hope you'll stick around for the stretch. It's presented by our friends at Georgia Natural Gas. Trevor and Nick are standing by in our Atlanta studios, and they're going to break down this man's night, this man's season. Dansby Swanson, the Brave shortstop, who's 2 ribbies away from tying his career mark. And Waits having trouble throwing strikes. Knees a knocking just a bit. Understandably so. It's a 3-0 count.
Facing this lineup.
Had the green light with the lead. Why not? 3-1 the count. Every major league player has a debut. I'm sure whether it's successful or not, it goes by in a blur.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, he started getting loose last night a little bit. Never came in the game.
On the ground. No advance. Crawford will throw low at first. And Swanson is retired for out number 1. So Waits gets Dansby Swanson for his first big league out. That ball will head to the trophy case. And Austin Riley is your hitter with second and third, one out. Need add on here.
Yeah, even a fly ball chip to get you 1 run right here makes a huge difference.
Austin is 0 for 2 in the game. He had a first inning walk. Infield still in. That can't be fun against a man like Austin Riley. That was a perfect pitch. On the ground to first. Break to the plate, and Adrianza tagged out on contact. So the Giants play the infield in. 2 ground ball outs. And now the Braves have runners first and second. 2 outs and still a 4-1 game.
That was a contact play. So you see Adrianza got a good jump, but it's a perfect throw. If that throws anywhere besides on the plate, Bart would have to go a lot farther over. And for him, it was right on the money. Now see if Olson, maybe this is the time for him to come through.
Nice play by Villar, who just checked in defensively at first base as well. And you're right about Matt. He's got the hat trick. 3 strikeouts tonight. First and second, 2 out. And a strike. Oh, what a confidence builder this could be for Waits.
Yeah.
He had second and third, nobody out.
Put the heart of the order up.
Swing and a fly ball hammered foul. That one is headed for McCovey Cove. Right size but wrong shape.
But that water's cold right now too.
Riley and Ronald, the runners. He almost went. Tantalizing pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's got a good arm, sitting 97.
2 strike, 2 out hits have been big for the Braves all year. Can Olson extend the lead in the 7th?
And see right now that fastball, Matt, that's the one he can handle. It's down in the zone. That's where he wants it. I'd imagine Wade's trying to get that fastball up right here to see if he can get him to chase.
Lifted toward left. Wade is there, and that will retire the side. Cole Waits makes his major league debut. Had second and third, nobody out. He got out of it as we head to the stretch with the Braves in front, 4-1. And the Braves here in the 7th inning. He has Thairo Estrada, then Willie Calhoun and Luis Gonzalez. Those latter 2 men, left-handed hitters. We'll see if Gabe Kapler, as has been customary, playing those strict platoons, pinch hits with 9 outs left and down 3 runs here in game 2. Minter retired the only 2 batters he faced last inning in relief of Kyle Wright. The answer to my question might be answered.
I was going to say Wilmer Flores coming out on deck, and that's where you might see Snit after that make the call and go down to his pen.
Estrada tonight is grounded out and walked. Giants have but 3 hits in the game. 2 of them came in the 1st inning.
Good cutter.
That's such a good pitch against right-handed hitters, and what makes his changeup so effective too.
Yeah.
So look at the other side of the plate. Got a good fastball tonight as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, that's the thing now. You're working him. Got that ball coming in. You got a 2-seamer running away. As a hitter now, that's really kind of just in protect mode, battle mode.
Strike 3, a changeup. A.J. Minter has back-to-back strikeouts, 1 away in the home 7th.
Puts it right on that corner. See the hitter start to go for it. Doug Eddings brings him up.
So Wilmer Flores, the hitter, he was rewarded with a 2-year contract extension. It was announced yesterday. Flores 0 for 4 in the series with a trio of strikeouts. He's gone a bit cold at the plate. Just 4 hits in his last 41 trips. Flores having a super year. He's tied his career high in homers. He's already exceeded his RBI high and base on balls high. That's why you get a big contract extension. Good for him. Popped up mile high back toward us. And it's still 2-2.
Said he was brought over to hit lefties. And he's done a pretty darn good job of
not only doing that, but kind of has taken an everyday role.
This is game number 134 for Wilmer Flores. 2-2 pitch. And AJ missed badly. Full count. Kyle Wright started, went 5 1/3, gave up 1 run. Jacob Junis gave up all 4 Atlanta runs. He went 5+. AJ Minter, the second Braves pitcher tonight. Atlanta's out hit the Giants 8-3. If you're just joining us. And Wilmer Flores walks with 1 out. So Luis Gonzalez is scheduled to hit. The Giants will go to the bench again. Before we tell you who's coming up, here's a quick word from Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with Tongue Torch, Zax Sauce, or any of our sauces.
It's going to be J.D. Davis coming up, and I think you're going to see Snit now make a move with the right-handed Bart on deck too. Look, AJ pitched last night. Go get a fresh arm.
So a nice job by AJ Minter. A scoreless inning to this point. The man at first, his responsibility. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Colin McHugh was warming up here in the 7th inning. The Braves lead 4-1.
Last travel ball game that you ever played?
I can confirm you hit a triple, but it was not off of me.
I remember it was him.
I was somewhere in the outfield.
Dude just looked just like you, huh?
No.
He still to this day says it wasn't him. I remember it was him.
Oh boy, did we have some fun this afternoon. Vaughn Grissom came to me, guys, not long ago saying, I want to try out this TV thing. I think I could interview Mike. Can I give it a try? We made it happen this afternoon and tomorrow during Braves Live, which starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You'll be sure you gotta tune in for that because you're gonna learn so much about Michael Harris and Vaughn Grissom through this. Sports you didn't know they played, highlights from back in the day, you name it, which one's the best dressed, the funniest teammate. Oh, we tackled it all this afternoon and you don't want to miss it. Of course, it'll also be on all our Bally Sports Braves accounts on social media as well. So,
Kelly, did he just take the mic out of your hand or did you give it to him?
it was a slow transition. I wasn't sure I wanted to go there, but he was excited. He was really pumped about it. I think he was a little nervous when he first, big talker, I can do this. And then when it was really in his hand, I think he froze up a minute and then he settled in and it is tremendous conversation. I was really impressed to know the sport. You guys don't know there's a second sport. I'm sure there's plenty of sports, but one in particular that Michael Harris is very good at and even wants to take on a certain Dodger in the off season.
Oh, I think I know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And it's right up my alley.
Yeah, it's like your dad, Big Bob, the bowler.
It's good stuff, guys. I mean, they had me
I was
rolling.
going to say, that's the first time I've seen Michael Harris really laugh.
He did. I mean, Vaughn, that's the thing, right? Frenchie, like you and B-Mac, you think about it in comparison to maybe me standing there, us standing there talking to these guys. When it's their teammate, they loosen up and you see this whole other side.
That's great.
Well, we're looking forward to that, Kelly, as Colin McHugh is on to face J.D. Davis. This is an important sequence in the game. The Braves have a 4-1 lead. Joey Bart waits on deck. Davis acquired from the Mets in the Darren Ruff deal. Don't want to bring Bart up here with a chance to tie the game in the 7th inning. And Colin pulled a string, got soft contact foul for a full count.
Yeah, and the one good thing here, 3-2, also you got a slow runner in Flores. I would doubt they're sitting him here.
Colin ready, and here's his 3-2 pitch. And he lost it. Back-to-back walks. So the Braves not making it easy on themselves in the 7th. 1 out, 2 aboard, and Bart the scheduled hitter. Bart is 1 for 2 tonight. First time Joey Bart has faced Collin McHugh. Collin could use some soft contact and a double play. The Braves have turned one of those.
Yeah, that's a good pitch there. Collin's got to be able to establish that inner half too, to keep the hitters from just looking out over the plate and diving. That's when you can get some of those swings and misses away.
Bart has wrapped into 3 double plays in 80 games. McHugh's had 4 double plays turned behind him. 2 on, 1 out, 3-run lead. And a late swing makes it 0-2. More good work from the Braves bullpen in the month of September. The relief crew a 2.53 ERA this month. An astounding 46 strikeouts in 32 innings coming into tonight's play. Minter added a couple with his inning. Here in game 2. And McHugh has Bart set up 0-2. Line drive, short hop, Adrianza flipped to second, one on to first, and Olsen held the bag.
Wow. Ball was smoked off the bat, but great play by Adrianza. Stays down with it, turns the inning-ending double play. Huge. Look at that.
You said it earlier, he doesn't play a lot, but he puts his work in, and that great play gets the Braves out of a 7th inning jam. Collin McHugh fired up, as he should be. To the 8th we go. Braves by 3. Your Atlanta Braves are in the drive for 5, their 5th straight NL Eastern Division title. They need you at Truist Park this month for some hugely important games. We've got the Nationals coming to town September 19th through the 21st. Don't miss out on one of the final home series of this exciting 2022 regular season. Get your tickets for the Braves and the Nationals at Braves.com/tickets. What a double play started by Adrianza. That helps the Braves protect a 4-1 lead. And as we go to the 8th inning, a new pitcher on the mound for the Giants. This is Luis Ortiz.
What a massive double play, Chip. That ball gets past him. You got first and third in a 4-2 ball game, and instead he makes a beautiful scoop and turns a double play. That ball's hit hard.
3rd game for Ortiz. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He runs into Travis d'Arnaud, who has a 2-hit night. From one catcher to another, d'Arnaud checks on Joey Bart. That got him flush. That's a bell ringer in the 8th inning. Oh. No spring-loaded mask for Joey Bart, but a direct hit to the jaw. He'll stay in. With Travis digging in 0-2. Game 3 of the series tomorrow. Quick turnaround. We'll have Charlie Morton and Carlos Rodon hooking up in the final game of the series. Atlanta trying to tie it up. They lead 4-1 tonight. That's served down the right field line and into the crowd of 24,872. Wright, Minter, and McHugh, the trio of pitchers for the Braves, who have Raisel Iglesias warming up. He's getting ready perhaps for the top of the Giants order in the 8th. Swing and a line drive hammered to left. That ball is over the head of Estrada, and it's a long single for Travis d'Arnaud.
Ball was smoked. Estrada got turned around here. Those are the curveballs you dream of, the spinners that back up. Travis just hit this one too hard and on a line. By the time this ball got there and he turned around, the ball was halfway to second base.
So a 3-hit game for the Braves catcher. Michael Harris has a 2-hit night. So I told you the Giants made a lot of changes defensively. Estrada moves from second to left and couldn't come up with that hot shot. And Michael takes outside. Told you last night how good Harris has been in the late innings. One of the most clutch hitters in the National League since coming up from Double-A. The later the game, the bigger the moment, the better he has been. One ball, one strike. Braves can gain a game in the division again if they win tonight. The Mets were beaten by the Cubs, who took down Jacob deGrom.
Right now the Mets offense either all or nothing. They're either scoring 9 runs or none.
On the ground to second. There's one. And the peg to first just in time to get Harris, who looks back. Braves might check the call at first. d'Arnaud is forced out at second. We'll see if the double play stands.
Not gonna.
Well, that was close. Maybe not enough to challenge. So it is a double play, and Eddie Rosario, the hitter. Eddie 1 for 3 tonight. That hit came in his first at bat. It made him 9 for his last 9 in this ballpark.
It's unreal, wasn't it?
And 9 for 11's not too shabby either.
No. We showed it last night, but still that cycle on 5 pitches, one of the most amazing things.
There's so many records that many say will never be broken.
Yeah.
Cy Young's wins, right? Cal Ripken's consecutive game streak. As Braves fans behind the Atlanta dugout chopping and chatting, that's got the fans in a frenzy here. And ball, 2 strikes. But Eddie Rosario hitting for the cycle on 5 pitches. I don't know if we'll ever see that again.
No.
It's 2-2. It's a full count for Eddie Rosario. He and Marcell Ozuna are sharing the left field duties, with Acuna serving as the Braves DH. And this one skied to center. Yastrzemski back, and the park is going to be big enough to hold it. That carriage within a step or two of the center field fence. The Braves need 6 outs with a 4-1 lead. Bottom of the 8th inning, you look at Michael Harris II, one of 2 Rookie of the Year candidates for the Braves. His numbers eerily reminiscent of what Ronald Acuna Jr. did just 4 short years ago. Jeff, that's our game nugget, and it's brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
You can see that, the rookie, the comparison there. Harris hitting 400 runners in scoring position, 369 from the 7th inning on. I know it's comparison, but I tell you what, man, that's my Rookie of the Year.
And Kelly, it's a great luxury for the Braves, as I said, not to have 1 Rookie of the Year candidate, but 2. Don't forget about Spencer Strider either, huh?
Certainly, Spencer Strider was something else, and I think, continuing guys to figure out deeper into the season how to manage the workload, manage the innings, manage the in-between starts with all the maintenance and everything else. But I also would love to talk about this guy on the mound, if you guys don't mind, just a couple seconds here.
Please.
Iglesias. Had a chance to catch up with him, and the work he's done ever since coming over here, I think really impressive. And he told me he changed a lot in his routines when he got here, and it also pertains to kind of workload in between his outings and everything like that. Keep in mind, I was a starter with the Reds, moved to the bullpen, and he goes, and what I figured out about myself is I prefer to throw a lot in games continuously. So he said when you consider whether it's back-to-back or even multiple innings, he goes, I just want to keep pitching. That's what I've told them. And of course, they're kind of structuring it for the longevity. He said probably right now no more than back-to-back days. But once the postseason starts, Frenchie, what do they say? Throw it all out the window?
Yeah, we saw that with Madsick last year. As you see, he comes right on in and on cue strikes out Wade. Look, he was a starter then, even when he went to, even when he went from there to the pen, he still was kind of two innings. We'd see a lot of 6-out saves for him. And then he went over to Anaheim and, did a little bit less. But, here in Atlanta, he's been strictly a 1-inning guy. And with that being said, though, some guys like to throw. They want that ball. And for him, he's one of those guys.
Mike Yastrzemski, the hitter, with 1 out. The other, I guess you'd have to say, the big piece of furniture in the room is there a 9th inning controversy with the Braves? We know the struggles of Kenley Jansen over the last 2 weeks. We know how successful Iglesias has been. Here he is in the 8th inning. If this score stays the same, I would assume we'd see Kenley Jansen in the 9th tonight. Yeah,
I would think that's where they're at right now. And until we hear any different, I think Brian Snitker's made that very clear.
Fly ball to left. Piece of cake for Rosario, who will handle that for the 2nd out.
Remember, I told you this. You can feel a lot of different ways about this. The same thing last year. Remember, we got into this with Will Smith. But I can tell you something. When you make a move like that, Chip, you make a move. It's not for 3 games and all of a sudden he blows a game and now he's back. So when you make that move, you go all in with it. And I'm not saying that down the road in the postseason you might not see Iglesias close a game. But right now, the way that they're built is Fermenter, Iglesias, and Kenley Jansen.
Evan Longoria hits with 2 outs. I think we're all guilty of forgetting that relief pitchers can have slumps too.
Yeah.
Batters go through them. It's just not as noticeable as when it happens in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning of a close game.
I was going to say, not even relief pitchers, more of closers because of the pressure. It's like a field goal kicker, man. You're everybody's best friend, and then the next week you get released.
Yeah, don't talk to Brian Jordan about field goal kickers. That drives him crazy.
That's a perfect example.
Not a fan.
But I'm sure the Spiders, their kicker got him a win or 2 every once in a while.
But that's the nature of the game, right? That's the nature of the position. It is high stress, high leverage, high attention. As this ball is hit in the air toward right center, Evan Longoria is going to be retired, and Iglesias makes short work of the Giants in the 8th inning. 3 up and 3 men down. We head to the 9th.
Where the Braves lead 4-1 going to the top of the 9th. Before we get to the action, let's take a quick message from Landmark.
To celebrate our 40th anniversary, Landmark announces 40 days to save. Nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Always the best deal. Always.
3 outs to get. And the Braves can pick up a game. Robbie Grossman will get things started. And slashes that one out of play, foul. Robbie tonight has an RBI in his 3 trips to the plate, 41 of them on the season. Second inning for Ortiz, who gave up a hit in the 8th inning, got a double play. And that's packed foul, 0-2. 9:30 here in San Francisco.
Finally go home tomorrow. I think we're about out of clothes.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's one of those trips, as great as it's been. First the 0-2 pitch. You get kind of mad at the suitcase, right? You get home, unload the laundry, and you banish your suitcase to the farthest reaches of your residence so you don't have to look at it for a few days.
I was going to say a few days. Don't get too far.
Then we're right back on the road after a week-long homestand. But hey, chance for the Braves to come back in first place. This one popped up. And Robbie Grossman will be retired on a pop-up into shallow center. And that is out number 1. Adrianza 0 for 2. Again, his first start since August 7th. His first game action since August the 24th. And while Ede doesn't have a hit tonight, he's hit the ball hard once and made a brilliant double play start that got the Braves out of a 7th inning mess.
I told you otherwise. It could be a 4-3 game right now. If Joey Bart's ball gets through there, it's 1st and 3rd and 4-2 with 1 out.
And the crowd's back in it. You start
get
a little hot under the collar a bit for the Braves. But Atlanta got a couple of double plays turned tonight, 4-6-3s. Behind Kyle Wright, Minter, McHugh, and Iglesias. Kenley Jansen will come on for the Braves in the bottom of the 9th inning. He'll have the 4, 5, 6 hitters for San Fran. Kenley Jansen, a career 1.72 ERA here at Oracle Park with 17 saves.
So he's pitched here a lot with his career.
The arch rivals of the Giants, the Dodgers. Adrianza now full count with 1 out. Most of Kenley's save issues have come in 1-run save opportunities. I think he's letter perfect in 3-run save chances. As Adrianza walks with 1 out, that brings up Ronald in the 9th inning. That is the 3rd walk earned by the Braves in this game. The Giants have been very good at limiting 3 passes as a pitching staff. That's why they've had such a great run of late. Atlanta's out hit San Francisco 9-3. Acuna has 2 of those 9 hits. And fouled at the plate. Strike 1. The Seagulls have begun to circle.
Yeah, they're swarming. They know that the game time's getting close. End of the game, and they start coming down.
No balls and a strike. Driven out of play. For Acuna, it's 0-2. That is one of the crazy features of this ballpark. How do the Seagulls know? Game's late, out to end. They all perch on the edge of the upper deck in left.
And they can read the scoreboard, Chip.
One of nature's great mysteries here in San Francisco. No balls, 2 strikes. one taken low. If the Braves add on, Jesse Chavez would go to work, we presume.
Yeah, I would think so.
Now everybody's ready with a ball and 2 strikes. Little tapper back toward the mound. Only one play. Adrianza to second. Dansby Swanson will hit with 2 men down. Smart play by the Giants pitcher. Get the sure out. And now Dansby with a 2-run homer to his credit tonight. His 20th of the season. Has a runner in scoring position in the 9th.
Really, the big hit of the night kind of opened it up, at least in a 1-1 game. It was a big 5-6 minute swing where bases loaded, 3-0 count. Kyle Wright comes back, gets a fly ball to left, and then 2-3 pitches later, bam.
Yeah, Dansby on the first pitch of that sequence against Jacob Junis. So 86 RBIs for the Atlanta shortstop. And a chance for another here in the top of the 9th. Atlanta trying to snap a modest 3-game losing streak. Braves and Mets the only teams without a losing streak of 4 games or more. This one in the hole left side, a base hit. Here comes Adrianza. A 3 RBI night for the Braves shortstop, and Atlanta adds on. It's a 5-1 game. 2 outs. This guy has been unbelievable.
Just continues to do damage. Sinker in, pulls those hands through. We've always known that's one of Dansby's strength, that inside pitch. And now the chop starts again.
Downstairs for Austin Riley, who looks for his first hit tonight. The Braves have 5 runs, 10 hits. Don't you love an opportunistic offense? You get a walk in the late innings and score it. It's a 4-run Atlanta lead.
Too well, good pitch not to go after. Goes a little down.
High fly ball, left center field deep. Yastrzemski back at the 399 sign. He's got it. Wow. That's a home run tomorrow, but not on a cool, windy night tonight. The Braves add on a 3 RBI night for Swanson. It's 5-1 in the 9th.
To you by the All-South Highway Safety Team. Always wear your seatbelt. And by Kaiser Permanente.
Atlanta leads 5-1. 3 more outs to get here in San Francisco as we look ahead to tomorrow's game. Could be the 3rd final and rubber game of the series. Morton versus Rodon. That is your landmark player comparison.
Yeah, you like power pitching, you like strikeouts. This is 2 guys that can do it here tomorrow. Should be a great, hopefully, rubber game. We can get 3 outs here in the 9th inning. Hold on.
Huge night for Swanson. 3 Atlanta RBIs. Kenley Jansen will come on. It's not a save situation, Jeff, but he was hot, so I'm assuming that's why Snit brings him into the game.
Yeah, he's hot, and I've always said this late in the season sometimes, if you're going to bring someone in, you know, if 1 or 2 runners get in, you might as well let your closer start the inning. We saw that in Seattle the other day. Instead of them bringing Sewald in, what happened? Rays put 5 on him.
And I would imagine as Kenley has struggled over these last, 7 appearances or so, this is going to feel like a save situation for him.
Oh, yeah,
this is not one of those, hey, my adrenaline's not where it needs to be.
And this could be even something where he, you know, said, look, unless it's 6-7-1, I want in this ball game tonight to pitch.
So look, the numbers for Kenley are what they are. 7 runs in his last 5 2/3 innings, 2 losses, 3 blown saves. He's got a 4-run advantage with the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Giants coming up.
More than anything, what I want to see is I want to see the ball cut. I don't want to see it coming back over the plate, and that's what he's talked about, struggling with whether it's mechanics and how it's being delivered, but that ball kind of backing up over the plate. You want to see that good cut to it.
David Villar greets him first, and that went in for a called strike. Kenley Jansen, the National League saves leader with 33 of them. 8 seasons with 30 or more. When you're around as long as a guy like Jansen, you know all about the highs and lows of this particular job.
Yep.
He's way ahead of Villar, 2 strikes. Up in the zone and popped out of play, foul. As we told you, Kenley's had excellent luck in this ballpark. 17 career saves. And on this windy night, big lead. And as we just saw, it's tough to hit a home run this time of night. Strike 3, inside corner, a perfect pitch.
That was good location. That ball's down in the zone, exactly where you wanted it. Kind of came back over the plate. You see some, but mine when it's down like that, you can't do the damage.
You know, Travis does such a good job of framing pitches behind the plate. He had to backhand that ball, but it clearly had the plate. And Jansen gets the first out. Here's Crawford. Brandon is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Back to the mound. Easy hop for Kenley. And the Braves are an out away from being a half game back. We say it all the time, Jeff, about big league hitters. Sometimes 1 hit get you back on the beam.
Yep. Maybe
a game like this for Jansen will get him going in the direction he wants to go. Thairo Estrada, the final hope for the Giants. He's 0 for 2 and a walk. Didn't get to 2 strikes. That was up in the zone, and Estrada has his first hit. And for the Giants, that is their first hit since the 2nd inning of the game. That's how good Atlanta's pitching has been tonight.
Hurt that one a little bit. That ball's off the plate. He went out and got it. Must have the makings, Chip, of I'm swinging at the first pitch.
Something I know you appreciate.
I know that.
Sorry, I had to bring it up.
It's amazing when you see someone do it. You're like, you know, I've thought that way before. Works out every once in a while.
Wilmer Flores. Runner moves up. Kenley Jansen didn't care about that. Flores walked in his lone trip to the plate as he came on in the 7th inning. He's 2 for 11 in his career against the Braves closer. Kyle Wright in line for his 18th win. He's up, down, in, out. This is more like what we've been treated to when Kenley's been going good.
Much better. We'll make one more pitch.
Kenley ready with his 10th pitch. Hey, got him, and the Braves have won it. 5-1 your final score. Kyle Wright the winner. Dansby Swanson a 3 RBI game, and Braves fans were a half game behind the Mets entering tomorrow's play.
Well, that one sequence was huge, changed the whole landscape of the game. Bottom of the second, he throws 7 balls in a row, works his way back to a 3-0 count. Dansby first pitch, 2-run homer, and really after that, Kyle Wright got rolling. 18th win. Love the job the bullpen did tonight. They came in and did their job. You get a chance tomorrow not only to win the series, but in a road trip at 5-3.
Braves have won the season series with the Giants. They'll try to win this series tomorrow behind Charlie Morton. The Braves will start play 1/2 game behind the Mets again in the National League Eastern Division. Kenley Jansen, a good inning too, a couple of strikeouts. He needed that, and so the Braves have split the first 2 games here at Oracle Park behind a great offensive night from Swanson, and that man Kyle Wright, the Major League wins leader, earns number 18 here in a 3-hour 1-minute game. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. My thanks to Kelly Kroll, Jeff Francoeur, Gretchen Caney, our great producer back in our Valley Cloud in Atlanta. Rubber game of the series tomorrow. Charlie Morton gets it started. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock Eastern Time as we wrap up the road trip from San Francisco. Speaking of wrapping things up, Nick and Trevor will put a bow on it with Braves Live presented by Xfinity. That's coming up next.